In the headlines, fire razes section of Kano popular shopping mall. Police Service Commission calls for replacement of IGP. Nnamdi Kanu seeks negotiation with FG over trial. And on the foreign scene, Ramaphosa sworn in for second term as president. Hello, welcome to News Update. My name is Lilian Ogazi. And now to the news. A fire has razed a section of the popular Adobayaro Mall located at Trade Fair Complex Zoo Road in Kano. 3 firefighting trucks from the State Fire Service moved to the scene to put out the fire. Although our reporter was restricted from accessing the section where the fire was believed to have been ignited, a staff inside the building who preferred anonymity, however, said the fire started around 12 noon in the afternoon. She said it was not clear if an electrical fault ignited the fire or as she had to quickly leave along with other staff for safety. Others who were trapped were also evacuated to safety. 2 workers who suffered suffocation from smoke were rushed out of the building for medical attention. Customers who come for shopping were asked to leave, just as children were stopped from going to the amusement section of the building to catch fun as part of Salah celebration. Even after firefighters succeeded in putting out the fire, the gates of the shopping mall remain shut. The Joint Union Congress of the Police Service Commission has called on President Bola Tinubu to relieve the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetukun, over his alleged meddlesomeness in the recent recruitment of police constables. During a press briefing on Wednesday in Abuja, the union also alleged that some top officers within the Nigerian police force tried to smuggle names during the recruitment process. The aggrieved members of the union, while singing protest songs, described the reaction of the NPF as diversionary tactics. According to them, NPF intends to prevent the presidents from noticing the unpreparedness of the police training schools to handle the training of the recruits, owing to the sorry state of the facilities. The move comes after the PSC recently released 10,000 names of successful candidates employed from the recent recruitment exercise by the Commission. The list was later rejected by the NPF, who described the recruitment process as fraudulent. The Benue State Police Command says it has arrested 6 suspects for kidnapping and fraud. The spokesperson for the State Command, Catherine Anene, in a statement on Wednesday in Makadi, said 9 kidnapped victims were rescued. Anene also said 3 of the arrested suspects were kidnappers, while the other 3 were fraudsters. The PPRO noted that the suspected kidnappers were responsible for the kidnap of some passengers of a Benue linked vehicle after killing the driver. She added that the 2 suspected fraudsters were arrested at Kai Village along Naka Road on Monday. Anene listed items recovered from the suspected fraudsters to include 2 iPhones, 5 laptops, different ATM cards, and 5 9mm live ammunition. Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court in Abuja on Wednesday dismissed a fresh bail application filed by the detained Deputy Commissioner of Police Abba Kyari pending the conclusion of his trial. Kyari is facing an 8-count charge bordering on drug trafficking brought against him by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. The NDLEA alleged that Kyari and his men sometime between January 19th and 25th, 2022 at the office of the Inspector General of Police IRT Abuja, in covenant with one ASP John Umoru, now at large, ASP Sunday J. Ubia, ASP Bawa James, and Inspector Simon Ageriba and Inspector John Nuhu, unlawfully tampered with 21.25 kilograms worth of cocaine that they seized from 2 convicted drug traffickers, Chibuna Patrick Umwebe and Emeka Alphonsus Ezewani. The NDLEA also accused them of dealing in cocaine worth 17.55 kg. The court had in 2 previous rulings denied the defendants bail and ordered their remand at Kuje prison. The Court of Appeal in Abuja also refused Kyari's request for bail. At Wednesday's sitting, Justice Nwite in the ruling held that Kyari's application lacked merit. He stated that Kyari failed to establish any exceptional circumstance that would warrant the exercise of judicial discretion in his favor. Justice Wite rejected Kyari's application and approved that the NDLEA proceed with the prosecution of both Kyari and his co-defendants in the matter. Still on legal matters, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kano, was at the Federal High Court Abuja on Wednesday for his trial. Kano, who arrived in the presence of his lawyers, also spoke on the killings in the southeast, insisting that he was all for peace and had no hand in the murder of the soldiers. Kano's stance over the killing of soldiers in the region comes as members of the legal team demanded his release. His legal team earlier submitted a full list of judgments in the matter to the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, told journalists that the judgments were from both domestic and international courts directing the release of the IPOB leader. The team said the decision to forward all the pronouncements was in response to the statement credited to the AGF that he was not aware of Kano's case and that his fate would be resolved by the courts. Justice Yanko dismissed the request by Kano for the restoration of his revoked bail and removal from the custody of the Department of State Service to a house arrest or prison custody. Kano has been in DSS custody since June 2021 when he was arrested in Kenya and has since resumed a terrorism-related trial leveled against him by the federal government. The leadership of the All Progressive Congress APC in Rivers State on Wednesday called on the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, declare a state of emergency in the state, saying there is full-blown war in Rivers State. The APC State Caretaker Committee Chairman Tony Okocha made the call during a media briefing in Port Harcourt. Okocha, who alleged that Rivers State is at war, said that the dramatist personnel who are responsible for the mayhem that has claimed lives are known. He noted that the governor and the police are helpless in the face of the crisis, hence the need for the federal government to declare a state of emergency in the state in order to tame what he described as a mayhem and upsurge in violence in the state. Moving over to Ondo State now, where the governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, on Wednesday announced the appointment of 3 special advisors and 7 senior special assistants to his cabinet. The announcement of the appointment was contained in the statement issued by his chief press secretary, Ebenezer Adenion. According to the statement, Governor Ayedatiwa approved the appointment in continuation of his effort to enhance governance and service delivery to the people of the state. While congratulating the new appointees, the governor urged them to bring to bear their wealth of experience and dedicate themselves to serving the people of the state. In 2010, the federal government obtained a $460 million loan from China's Exim Bank for the installation of closed-circuit television cameras in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, to assist security agencies in checkmating rising insecurity. But 14 years after, the initiative has not only been aborted, but circumstances surrounding it have remained unclear, with several probes and public outcry unable to resolve the puzzle. In this report, Noel Sampson speaks to FCT residents on the effect of the non-implementation of the Abuja CCTV project 14 years after. The report.
A drive through some major streets in the Federal Capital Territory reveals an infinitesimal number of CCTV cameras within the city center. According to these FCT residents, the absence of these cameras has affected the rate at which crime is tackled in Abuja.
Yes, actually, it will reduce a lot because most of the things that is happening, you can be able to know what is happening. When you have this CCTV camera all over, there's a lot of advantage. No, like for example, most of the cases, I've seen many occasions that something like this happen. Through that, they could be able to discover. Yes, they could be able to know the person, even they not capture the person immediately, but at least they can be able to see the face and be able to trace the person through the face.
For me, I feel that it's normal. Like if you're to put CCTV camera everywhere, it will help. People will know that yes, as they are walking around, they know that people are watching them. They will be conscious of things going on and knowing that yes, something is watching me. So there is no way I will actually do something bad and not get caught. Not only in Abuja, but at least we can start somewhere. I would wish they put it everywhere, mostly in all those remote environment, because you can see they are actually insecure. People are doing all manner of things.
These crimes happens in the street. It's a street things. Phone snatching, bike snatching, theft, all happen in the street. So when the houses in the street have CCTV cameras by their fence, you understand? They, of course, it will capture those scenes. It will capture those crimes clearly, and they'll be apprehended. So it is very, very important for CCTV cameras not only in offices.
Abuja is our heart and the capital and the heart of the nation. So we expect crime to reduce. We expect crime to be wiped out. Through the CCTV camera, it will be a deterrence to other people that want to commit crime.
CCTV cameras are a fundamental tool that help keep property secure even in people's absence, as their gift gives a whole new level of security and less money spent on personnel. With the rapid development in the FCT, many of the view that CCTV project has become imperative if the nation's capital must curtail the rise in crime and criminality. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Away from that, the Director General of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, Moji Adeyeye, says the ban on the sale and consumption of such alcoholic beverages in the country is still in force. Adeyeye stated this on Wednesday at a press briefing in Lagos. She said the ban is a ministerial directive which still remains in force until the ministry responds. The deputy spokesperson for the House of Representatives, Philip Agbese, last Friday disclosed that the House and NAFDAC resolved to lift the ban on the sale and consumption of such as alcohol beverages in the country. Agbese said the resolution to lift the ban temporarily was arrived at after a meeting between the House Committee and NAFDAC officials, adding that lifting the ban would end when the economy fully recovers from its current strain. On February 1st, 2024, NAFDAC commenced the enforcement of the ban of importation and manufacture, distribution, sale and use of alcoholic beverages in sachets, PET and glass bottles of 200 ml and below. However, the move to enforce the ban has regenerated repeated protests by distillers and labor unions who said the ban would cost 500,000 workers their job and ruin 800 billion naira investments. Meanwhile, medical experts warned that lifting the ban on alcoholic beverages will lead to acute health complications, increased road traffic accidents, increased risk of abuse of alcohol, liver problems, heart-related problems, and cancers, amongst others. This is news update coming to you from Trust TV. Coming up, sharing spirit remains among Katsina residents even after the Eid al-Kabir celebrations. More news when we return. Do stay. Welcome back. You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is news updates coming to you from Trust TV. Let's take a look at our headline stories again. Fire raises section of Kano Popular Shopping Mall. And Police Service Commission calls for replacement of IGP. Moving on. Fresh fish business is gradually returning to its peak in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, following progress made in decimating Boko Haram terrorists and restoration of relative peace across the state. Trust TV's Adami Ngulde reports that hundreds of youth are now engaged in the supply of fresh, smoked and dry fish from the fishing communities in Baga, Daba Masara, Damask and Mongono, where local fishermen supply to wholesalers in Maiduguri, the state capital. The report.
When Trust TV visited the popular Bagarod market, it was observed that a reasonable number of young men were busy selling different varieties of fresh and live fishes to prospective buyers and small-scale traders, while in another section, youth and laborers were engaged in different activities to earn a living in the market. A fish trader at Bagarod Market, Haruna Idi, said the routes linking the fishing communities were recently opened by the military and state government as a result of the relative peace that has been restored, with traders going to the communities to buy in large quantities for onward supply in the market. We now have varieties of fish like catfish, tilapia, bonga, among others, that are now available for consumers in the market. The fishes are supplied from Baga and Damasak, while others come from Dawashi, Alau in Jere local government area. On the price difference, Isa Shuaibu, another fish dealer, explained that factors such as sizes, quantity, and type determine how much they sell, adding that the return of fishing activities has also provided job opportunities for unemployed youths in Maiduguri. We have been jobless for more than 10 years. After all, the major fishing communities were shut down due to the Boko Haram insurgency. All roads leading to the fishing communities were locked down, but now the roads have been reopened and fish is being brought from Baga, Doron-Baga, Munguno, Dawashi, Damasak, and Gaidam in Yobe State, among others. Trust TV gathered that in the past, only youth from Gwenge area of Maiduguri metropolis traded fish here in Baga Road Market, but now many young men from Sabalayi, London Chiki, Bulumkutu, and other areas are involved in selling, dissecting, cleaning, and loading the fish into vehicles, among other activities to earn a living. One of the laborers at the Baga Road Market, Umar Abubakar, who is also an SS2 student, said the return of the fish market has helped him support his displaced family and aid his educational pursuit in Maiduguri. According to him, since his parents, who were displaced from Guzamala, settled at the host community in Maiduguri, he decided to join other young men at the fish market to earn a living. I thank God because on a daily basis, I make between 1,000 and 2,000 naira, depending on the availability of jobs in the market. I dissect and clean the fish for customers whenever they buy from the traders, and they pay us for the services. We get more work when operators of restaurants buy the fish because of the quantity. Trust TV gathered that the return of fishing activities has led to an increase in the number of people, both male and female, frying and selling fresh fish by the roadside in Maiduguri.
Moving away from that now, the 2024 Eid al-Kabir has come and gone, but not without some spiritual and contemporary lessons. In the spirit of sharing, love, neighborliness and togetherness, some Katsina residents who were opportune to slaughter sacrificial animals share with those who lack as enshrined by the religion of Islam. Some families visited by Trust TV's news crew said though what they have is by far below what they used to have due to economic downturn, but they still have to demonstrate and imbibe the culture and tradition as practiced by the Prophet of Islam. Abdullah Yamadi completes the report.
This family of 15 slaughters 4 to 5 rams every festive period like this, but managed only one this year due to harsh economic realities occasioned by fuel subsidy removal, uncontrolled inflation and insecurity, as well as continuous devaluation of the naira. Yet, as Islamic tradition provides, the family still uphold the spirit of sharing among neighbors, relatives, and friends, among others. Dr. Nasir Gidadu is the head of the family.
The situation of today is far beyond our expectation. It is something that we are all feeling it. So, sincerely speaking, it was very hard to cope up with. But alhamdulillah, we were able to get the little we can do, despite the economic hardship. But it is very unfortunate, sincerely speaking.
Contrary to this family, Yahya Zaka, a father of 11 with 2 wives, could not slaughter ram. In fact, he could not even make a salah meal for his children, not even to talk of new clothes as obtained in the previous years. He lamented harsh economic predicaments facing the country, emphasizing that it is unfortunate for Nigeria to have more than half of its population going hungry despite its huge human and natural resources. The situation on the ground is very critical. I know of families who could not get 1 square meal in 3 days. How do you expect them to think of buying animal for sacrifice? Now, how do you expect me to buy sacrificial animal for 100 to 150,000 naira while my family are hungry? To me, the priority is food.
Throughout,
Experts suggest immediate implementation of policies and programs that could lead to salvaging citizens from hunger and starvation, ravaging millions of Nigerian families. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Nigeria's federal government and the Space Exploration and Research Agency from Delaware, USA, have signed a memorandum of understanding to collaborate on human spaceflight missions in a landmark event which held on Wednesday at the nation's capital, Abuja. The MOU was signed between the National Space Research and Development Agency and SERA, highlighting a collaborative effort to advance human spaceflight capabilities. The partnership, which amongst other things aims to foster the development of critical technologies and infrastructure required for human missions beyond Earth, will also see a Nigerian space land in space. The signing ceremony was supervised by the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology. Moving over to the foreign scene, South Africa's Cyril Ramaphosa was on Wednesday sworn in for a second term as president after his weekend African National Congress struck a government coalition deal. Chief Justice Raymond Zondo led Ramaphosa's oath of office ceremony before lawmakers, foreign dignitaries, religious and traditional leaders, and cheering supporters at the union buildings. The seat of government lawmakers voted overwhelmingly to be re-elected the 71-year-old last week after a May 29 general election that produced no outright winner. Numerous heads of state, including Nigerian President Bola Tinubu, Angola's Joao Lourenço, Congo-Brazzaville's Denis Sassou, and its Wani absolute leader King Mutsawa III attended the inauguration. Other attendees, some holding South African flags, sat on a lawn outside as dancers and musicians performed on a big stage. After Ramaphosa took the oath, a band played the national anthem, followed by 21 gun salutes and a fly past by army helicopters towing large South African flags. The United Nations on Tuesday announced the delivery of aid to Haiti to cushion against the devastating effects of the hurricane. The UN's deputy spokesperson Farhan had announced Tuesday that the aid will help hundreds of displaced families in Haiti due to the ongoing violence and the upcoming hurricane. 2 cargo flights organized through the World Food Programme landed in the capital Port-au-Prince carrying 55 tons of medicine, shelter and hygiene materials. The UN said these supplies will be used to assist displaced people and to prepare for the hurricane season. Haiti experiences a hurricane season from the beginning of June and runs through November and is forecast to be severe this year. A gang-filled crisis has devastated Haiti, with the UN estimating that 360,000 people in the Caribbean nation are displaced. Now in sport, Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen could be the subject of a serious bid in the coming days as he is on the radar of last season's Premier League runners-up Arsenal, according to reports. The Gunners do have money to spend this summer and missed out on top target Benjamin Sesko. Now, they'll be turning to Osimhen in a bid to take the step to being title winners next season. According to journalist Walter Di Maggio, Osimhen only wants Arsenal and not a Saudi Pro League. He said despite the monster offer from the Saudi Pro League, Victor Osimhen does not want to go to Saudi Arabia. Raya journalist Ciro Venerato also said that an Osimhen bid from Arsenal was coming. Nigerian striker Anthony Nwakeme has rejoined Turkish Super League outfit Trabzonspor. The Black Sea Storm announced Nwakeme's return on their official media channels. The 34-year-old left Trabzonspor on a free transfer in 2022 to pitch tent with Saudi Arabia Professional Football Club at Feyha. During his first spell at the club, the powerful forward registered 47 goals and 40 assists in 145 matches. Nwakeme helped the club to win the league title in 2021-2022. He made 55 appearances for Al Faya with 15 goals and 8 assists to his name. The former Hapoel Be'er-Sheva of Israel player is also returning to Trabzonspor as a free agent. Trabzonspor finished third in the Turkish Super League last season. With that, we've come to the end of News Update here on Trust TV. Do well to follow us across all our social media platforms for more news, programs and documentaries. Thanks for watching. I am Lilian Ogazi.